Good morning, everyone. Muriel here. I have a Valentine's project that I want to share with you. I created 2 Valentine boxes. I altered them, and they really came out so cute. So what I'm using are 2 heart-shaped craft boxes that I picked up at the Goodwill last year. I love altering boxes. Last year I altered 2 boxes for Valentine's Day, and I used the paper pad by Crepe Paper, but it was the Yours Truly. So this collection here is the Love Notes, and what I love about this collection is you have your reds and pinks, but they are a little more toned down, a little more subdued, and coupled with the green, the teal, and the black, it just makes a beautiful palette. So I altered 2 boxes, and let me show you. These are keepsake boxes for whomever you're going to send it to. Very I don't know if I finished the back of that one. I didn't, so I won't show you the back of that one yet. But let me show you the products that I use. I pulled out some of my I Am Roses flowers. I may have them in a different bag, so I don't have the number or the code, but I purchased these last year, and the teal and the pink and the yellow just kind of really work well with the collection. And you recall these are some rolled flowers from Michael's several years ago. I look like I have a box full of them. So they also were used on the box. These adorable resin pieces were gifted to me by CMC 46, Colleen, and I haven't seen her on the scene lately. So Colleen, if you're watching, I finally got around to using these beautiful handmade resin hearts. So really cute. So I used some of those, and these are some foil stickers from Target, and I use 1 from that. I'm using some metal embellishments from Michael's, and I covered them with some gesso and some acrylic paint, and then buffed it with some Rub and Buff. And you know, I pulled out my gold Rub and Buff, and it was literally dust. I mean, literally powder. The lid was on it. I don't understand what happens to that stuff, but I threw it away, and then I had these metallic foils, rub-on, excuse me, that go way back. I've had these forever, but they're still usable. They're still good, and I use some of that color there to rub on the metal piece. And then I'm using some trims from Webster's Pages. I love these. I have a drawer full. And I'm using this beautiful pink one here. And then I'm using this very nice teal green one. And then, of course, I'm using some of my own embellishments. These are just some russets that I made with remaining paper, and I will be altering those. So let's get this out the way so I can show you these beautiful boxes. So here's the side. Basically, the box was gessoed first and then painted with acrylic paint. And then I even took some Lindy spray. I had a time with that because you know the Lindy spray, they sent you all new sprays because the old ones were clogging. Well, yeah, that's what happened. I started it, I stirred it up, and then I started spraying it, and it wouldn't come out. Instead, it was dripping. So whatever it dripped, I just used that. But what I like to do is, once I use one, I notice that the sediment goes to the bottom. So I just sit the entire tube in a cup of hot water to kind of warm it up again, and then I circulate it, and then that way it's able to spray like it should. So this is a Hottie Batati hot pink. It's a little bright, but it worked out well. So you'll just see some elements of that along the top of the box here. You can kind of see where it dripped over here. There's a splatter of it there. So I use a 12 by 12 paper sheet, and from the front here to the back is actually 12 inches. So I cut my paper 1 inch because I didn't want the lid to touch it, and I glued the paper around the edge. I put 2 flowers there to cover up the center, and then I just did some acrylic paint on the side to kind of distress it, and then flowers on the back. And then you can kind of see the green trim, which is so cute. And then the top of it, I started out my focal point, which is a frame from Michaels. This was a white one. I painted it with some pink so I could tone it down. Everything is on top of a doily. I believe that's an 8-inch doily or 6-inch. I included one of my cupcake rosettes down here, and then I'm using one of the fishtail banners from the collection that says "Remember This," and here are the flowers. Here's one of my mini envelopes that I made. I put a piece of paper in here from the collection, and you can see the word love there, and then I have the cut apart that says February 14th. So once this is shipped, I'll be able to close that down, and then it'll just pop open like so. I have the metal embellishment Cherish, and then I have the heart lock and the key here, and then more flowers. And then I have back here a glittered heart. On top of that, I have a cutout of a heart with the Be Mine banner attached. And then I added one of my crocheted hearts that I've been making and put a gem in the center. And then you can kind of see there are gems, very small gems, scattered over top of the box. And then on the inside, it looks like that. It's painted and it has a bunch of white rosettes. So I love doing this because you get to use up a lot of products. I went through a lot of rosettes. I used a Michaels picture frame. I used some trims. I got squeezing some of my embellishments. I'm using some metal findings and some flowers. That's a lot, which I love to do. So that's the first box, and then my second one looks like this. Okay, again, different paper, same collection. I started out with a large doily, and then I'm using the arrow from the Target Spot collection. My metal embellishments are the word friends, and then that key there, again, I painted it and put some of the metallic rub-on top. In the center is one of my cupcake medallions again. And here's the Michaels flowers. These are I Am Roses, beautiful pink roses. And here are Colleen's handmade resin heart on top of some rosettes that I made. And then with this one here, I have some puffy stickers that are red and teal and white and pink throughout the top of the box, and there's 3 of them right there. So that has kind of a different look, and the trim is the beautiful circular pink, and then I'm using a green piece of paper, and I distressed it with some of the paint. And then the inside of this one looks like that. It has the black paper, and then I cut apart. I again used up a trim of rosettes. And what I did was I cut them in half to put them along because I wanted the black to show on that one. Just wanted to do something a little different. So I really like how this box came out. And then when I do the inside and the back, I will put my signature kiss lips on it, and it'll be ready to go. So much fun making these. If you ever get a chance to alter some boxes, it's really just, you just go for it. I tried not to think. I really did. I tried to do a focal point. Here was the cupcake medallion. Here was the picture frame. And then from there, I just bought out everything I thought I would want to use. You know, flowers and metal embellishment and some of my personal handmade items that I created, and they turn out pretty good. Plus this collection, you can't go wrong. This is such a beautiful collection because it's so toned down and it makes these boxes look very feminine. So I thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, you guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye now.